What's up, everybody? This is JBT Podcast, episode number 3, coming at you.
Yes, sir.
With Mark, Jared, and Steve. And unfortunately, Steve, you cannot see his face in this episode if you're watching on YouTube.
Or fortunately.
Or clips on TikTok. You can see his precious little puppy.
But everybody say hi to Zeus.
But you can hear his voice. Sadly.
We're all depressed.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing today?
We're
doing well.
Doing well. Yes, sir.
All right, guys. First off, though, I'd like to shout out James Watts for commenting down below and giving us some of these ideas for the topics on this episode.
Yes, we didn't use any of them,
James. Appreciate it, James.
No, we actually used them all.
Yeah,
y'all keep giving us some ideas to talk about, some topics and stuff.
Yep. Yes, sir.
We'll never share the fortune if we become rich, so.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, you want to lead us off into the first topic?
Yeah, so first, are you all good with doing the NBA Finals scenarios? So James tagged us in a picture. I think it was on Instagram. I'll try and put a picture of it up when I edit. But it was just basically it's who you want to win the finals the most, like what situation you would like to see the most. So we're just going to kind of go through and really just rank the teams that we want to see the most and who we just don't want to see win. Basically, is what it is.
Okay, just by a team, like not a matchup.
No, just by team, like
whoever you
think it'd be cool or the most fun to see win for you personally. We'll just everybody will give their 8 and then 7, and we'll just go through it like that. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
8 being the team you want to see the least.
The least, gotcha.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and start us off. For my 8, I put the Celtics just because, I mean, that's who should win, so it's kind of like the most boring to me. Like if they win, it's probably the most, or probably the least exciting. So that's just And Tatum is overhyped, so that's another thing. I mean, he's good.
I saw a video on Instagram. He wouldn't even give this young girl a knuckle touch as he was walking in. You know what I mean? Yeah. The stadium.
I'm not surprised. You know where he played college ball at?
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. Douchebag.
Mark.
Douchebag.
Mark's a big UNC fan.
What do you expect, man? Huh?
Mark's a big Duke lover, as you can tell.
Yeah. Mark's favorite college team is Duke, so we'll just get that on record.
Go Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Mark gonna quit right here.
Who you all got for your least exciting winner?
I got the Nuggets. You know, okay. I'm one of those people. Being a Cowboys fan, I don't like success, so I hate seeing teams go back to back.
Right.
So I don't want to see it happen.
Unless Dallas.
It's Dallas, yeah. So
of course,
got to share the love a little bit, you know.
Yeah, I hate to see teams win so much.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, definitely Jokic. I don't even think he should have won the MVP. I don't think that team. I don't want to see that team go back.
I think it was. I think his MVP was more of like you should have won it last year, but we didn't give it to you. So here's this one.
Our bad.
Yeah. Mark, who you got? I think probably.
Yeah, I think number 8. I'll have Boston too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a Lakers fan. I don't like Boston. I got Boston winning it, but you know, I think they got the best team, but I personally do not want Boston to win.
Yeah. Okay, so for my number 7, you know, I like Jokic, but I put the Nuggets just because, you know, they've already won. Reasons. Yeah, same reason as you. I just
share the
I like to see new teams in there. So even though chances are that the finals is probably going to be my last 2, it's probably going to be the Nuggets and Celtics. But I mean, it is what it is.
My number 2, I did kind of what you guys did, just kind of a little backwards. I went with the Celtics. Okay. Kind of like Jared said, nobody wants to see the boring team win it. The team that can just go in and dominate. Yep. And they may not. I mean, Cleveland got them one. They're back in Cleveland now.
I was watching a little bit of that game just a few minutes ago before we got on.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell's a dog, so
he is, man.
Because he upsets anywhere right now.
They said that they've not lost a game yet there in Cleveland this whole playoff series. Or
they're
in the whole playoffs.
Yeah, they went 3-0 there against
the
Magic. So.
I seen one thing too. The Celtics over the last I guess it'd be 28 games at home in the playoffs are 14-14.
I seen that. Yeah,
at home.
Yeah, at home. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
But then in the regular season, they're they barely lose at home in the regular season. They lost 4 games at home this year, I think, at home. And now they've already lost 2 in the playoffs, I think. So, yeah.
So home court don't mean nothing.
Pretty much.
not the postseason anyway for Boston.
Yeah. So did you already? You said yours was the Nuggets, Mark, or did you already?
Me, said, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Denver.
Okay.
Just, I don't want to see them win it again, and I'm not a fan of Jokic. I mean, he's good and all.
Yeah.
But he's one of them guys now, this. Everybody's talking about. He's probably the best player in the league, and I just don't really care for him.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I'd like to see him get beat.
Yeah. So now, really, these other 6 teams, honestly, for me, I mean, I really don't.
Yeah, just throwing a dartboard.
Any of them, honestly. But for 6, I just put the Cavs just because I feel like they're the least exciting out of the bunch, even though they're still really exciting, and it'd be cool if they won. But just with the other teams in, I think the Cavs are my 6 at my 6th spot. So Cleveland Cavaliers.
I went with the Pacers.
Okay.
There's nothing fun there either. Halliburton's cool.
Yeah, that's
kind of like Pat Bev said, though. You touch the ball 41 times, you're going to have 11 assists. So,
but I know Pat Bev that now.
Yeah, they got Siakam. I mean, they don't got a real fun team. You know what I mean?
Even Jill probably.
He's getting there. All right, Mark. Who you got 6, Mark?
6. Man. I'll probably say Cleveland too.
Cleveland, yeah.
Cleveland, yeah. I mean, they're pretty fun to watch stuff about. I don't really care.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Good analysis.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say much on
that. So for my number 5, I put the Pacers. I like Halliburton, the way he plays. I think it's pretty fun to watch. And, I mean, when he gets going, his jump shot, though, it's ugly to watch, but it goes in, I guess. So
it's ugly to watch.
It goes in, I guess that's what matters. But, yeah, I got Pacers at 5.
My 5, I got the OKC Thunder. Okay. They're a young team. I get that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But for the reason that they're young, they got time. You know what I mean? I'd rather see some of these other guys.
They got
not saying these other guys are real old, but I mean they're a little older, a little more seasoned.
Right.
I think I would just rather see something like that coming up than I would to see the OKC Thunder win it. I don't think they can. I'm unsure if they beat Dallas at this point, but
yeah. All right, Mark, you're 5.
Yeah, I've got Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah. It'd be cool to see Luka win his first one and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the couple other teams that's ahead of them left on this list, I'd rather see them win it before Dallas. But
yeah. All right. So my number 4. Yeah, my number 4. That's where I have the Thunder. Like Steve said, they'll have their time. I don't think it's quite yet. I know they're the 1 seed, but I mean,
That one seed was up for grabs the last 4 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was anybody's. Yeah. But, I mean, that's what it – I mean, it could come down to that. So, but, like, they're just young. I feel like we'll see them here for quite a while, I would imagine, because –
yeah, I don't like success, so I don't want to see them start early.
Yeah.
My number 4. Yeah, number 4, I got Cleveland there.
Okay.
You know, I like Donovan Mitchell, the Spider. He's got a cool name.
Yeah, he's got a cool
name. I like him. I like Evan Mobley.
Yeah, I like him too. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, I think they're fun to watch. You know, Donovan Mitchell can go off any single night. He's so good,
especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, dude, he just carries. Man, I like seeing him play ball. So that's why I got him at my 4.
Okay. I like that. My 4, I got OKC. Pretty much what you guys talked about. Just they're fun to watch. They're young. I don't really have nothing bad about them, and they're good too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like that point guard man that Williams.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's 2 guys that's got the same name.
Yeah, J-Dub.
Yeah, Jalen Williams. But I didn't even know who that guy was there when I first watched him against the first round matchup.
Yeah.
Pelicans.
Yeah, Pelicans. Yeah. Yeah, he's good. He had a good season. I think
he's good, man.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. They're young. I think that team, they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see them win their first one, but
what? I think even
I got him at the 4th spot.
Even J-Dub is only, I think he might have been a rookie last year or the year before.
I think he was.
Yeah, they're all super young.
Yeah, which is crazy. But so for my number 3, I know you all are going to be shocked. I got the Timberwolves here.
I don't think you don't like Anthony Edwards.
No, I like him. That was going to be my reason they're number 3 is because I like Ant. But
he's cool, man.
I just think my other 2 teams, well, my number 1 team, y'all see why, but Timberwolves, they're still pretty young. They're not the youngest team. They got some older players like Gobert. He's getting up there. He's probably 30-something, 31, 32 probably, I would guess. But I really like Naz Reid, their 6th man.
I do like him, yeah.
He would be starting on probably half of these other teams besides like the Nuggets and maybe the Cavs. I don't know. But he's really fun to watch off the bench. And, you obviously got Ant, but I'll let you all talk about him because he's your all.
At my number 3, I got the New York Knicks. Solely because, I like to see them win. New York, it's been struggling for a long time, but I can't put them any higher because they're Stephen A. Smith's team, and he doesn't like my Cowboys also. So,
yeah.
Wow.
For that same reason, I hope on the downfall.
Yeah. He's calling you out. Stephen A. Smith, if you're watching this. The other Steve.
Better
Steve. Stephen Smith, Stephen Stacy would like to speak with you. Mark, who you got at 3?
My number 3, I've got the Pacers.
Okay.
I like to see Indiana win their first one. Halliburton, he's fun to watch too.
Yeah.
And I used to kind of root for the Pacers back in the day when Tyler Hansbrough was there.
Yep.
But I like to see them go and win
weird.
their first one.
I didn't figure you'd like him because you're a Duke fan, but
huh?
Weird. I said I didn't figure you liked Tyler Hansbrough. I thought you were a Duke fan, but that's weird.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
Let's see. We're at 2 now. Is that what we're on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for my 2, I have the Mavs. I like Luka. I think he's a pretty cool guy. He seems very likable, and I like to root for people that seem like actual good people, That's why I don't like Draymond. But
I don't like Draymond.
And Kyrie, I always like to see him do good because I feel like he's there was a few years like after the Cavs won, that people were kind of, I feel like they were harsh on him. Yeah, they were pretty harsh on him. But I mean, he's still good. You know, he's their second
Especially
option.
this playoffs this year. He's been eating it up.
And PJ Washington, I like watching him. He I think he had like 5, 6 threes the other night, 7, something like that. So he's pretty fun to watch too. But yeah, I got the Mavs at 2.
I also had the Mavs at 2. Kind of for a lot of the same reasons Jared said. I like Luka. Always been a Kyrie fan. Always like to see Kyrie succeed.
Yep.
But I'd like to see him and Luka get one together. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
People, when he went there last year, people didn't really think much of it. Thought he was just going to leave, kind of one and done it. But he stayed, and then they're balling out together. So that's why I got him at 2. I like to see it happen.
I got the New York Knicks at number 2. Jalen Brunson. He's if it wasn't for Anthony Edwards, he would be my favorite player in the NBA right now to watch. He's so fun to watch, so good.
Yeah.
He's literally packing the Knicks on his back right now. And I can only imagine if they had Julius Randle in this playoffs.
Yeah, they'd be.
And for one, I would love just to see the Knicks fans how they would react if they were to win a championship. I mean, they would burn the streets down, man.
Yeah.
I mean, New York wouldn't be there no more. But yeah, man. I got the Knicks at number 2. Jalen Brunson really lead the way.
So that's I have the Knicks 1.
Next one.
At the beginning of the playoffs, it would have solely been just because Deuce McBride, and he actually plays and like plays big minutes. I think he's probably averaging like 20, 25 minutes a game for him. And what's his face? The coach. I'm drawing a blank.
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah. He does not like to play bench players, but Deuce has cracked through the rotation. So, and I like Brunson. Obviously, he's just fun to watch. Score 40 on
he's so fun to
everybody.
Watch,
he makes it. It's like the weirdest 40-point games easy. Because like you look down and you don't even realize that he's got 40. Like he just makes it look so easy. It's like the most casual 40-point games. Yeah. And then another player Mark didn't mention, who you are gonna know. I love my rebounds, dude. Josh Hart. He is. I've never seen a guard rebound. He had like 19 rebounds the other night. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's just hustle, dude. That's all that is. That's Hart.
He's very undersized in that position too.
Yeah. He's like 6'5", I think 6.
Oh my gosh, he's like Charles Barkley down there.
Yeah. But it's just they're just fun. I just love watching them. And OG Anunoby, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
He's
I like him.
He's been really good for them too. I think he had like a 25-point game the other night or something like that. And they've been the one team that I've watched, I think, every minute of every game, unless we were doing this. But yeah. Oh, and Isaiah Hartenstein, however you say his name.
He is fun to watch.
He was in the G League or whatever like a couple years ago. Now he's like
he's playing pretty tough.
Yeah, and he's playing over Mitchell Robinson, which I know he was hurt, so that kind of they might be limiting him or whatever. But yeah, I got the Knicks at 1.
What you, Steve? I think we all know.
Yeah, definitely the Timberwolves. I love the intensity they play with. Yeah. I love the intensity, man. I love Ann Edwards. I think they're just such a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
I saw a thing the other day that they're kind of built similar to the bubble Lakers. Look at the 3 big men in rotation.
Yeah.
They got the seasoned vet point guard and Mike Conley like they had Rajon then.
Yeah.
They got the prime star like, Cat and Edwards are like or like Ant, and then you got like Braun Davis there. But I definitely kind of see that. They're definitely not up to those players' calibers yet, but that team is built well. They play with such, just aggression and great defense. They let one slip on them, kind of got beat down a little bit, but that's bound to happen. The Nuggets are just the Nuggets.
Yeah.
But I hope they bounce back in a big way, go up 3-1.
Yeah, I got Minnesota Timberwolves at number 1 also. Pretty much the same way. Anthony Edwards, my favorite player to watch in the NBA right now. Just like everybody's saying, reminds them of Kobe, D Wade, Michael Jordan, whoever you want to say it. It reminds you of somebody great.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's the man. He's that dude. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to see them win it most, just because they've not done nothing as a franchise in the playoffs in general.
No.
Yeah.
Really since KG was there, Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
I think it was the last time they won a playoff series, like 2004 or something.
Yeah, it was.
It's been a while. It's been a long time, man. They've not done nothing.
They've been through.
So I'd love to see them win a championship, and especially Anthony Edwards leading the way.
Yeah.
I think that'd be awesome.
Another reason I had the Nuggets so low is because I'm a Jamal Murray hater now, because he threw an ice pack on the floor, and they didn't even suspend him or not. Well, they fined him, but
yeah.
They definitely should have been suspended. I mean, I don't know what else you would have to throw onto the court. He threw it at the ref too. He didn't just throw it on the court.
But what do you expect? He did go to UK.
That's true.
Yeah. Just putting that out there.
But that was all of our NBA final scenario winners, favorite rankings or whatever. It was just a fun little game to play off of an Instagram post that James sent us. So thanks again, James.
Appreciate James.
We're going to stay on the NBA here, and we're going to do just another little tier list. We're going to do our top 3 favorite finals that we've watched, like during our time, or if you have one, you could there's enough highlights out there and stuff. You could still probably, pick one that from before we were born, but I picked the ones that I've seen personally. But Steve, do you got 3, or do you need a second, or?
No, yeah, I can go.
Okay. If y'all want to, just go down your 3 at once, Steve.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
From top to bottom, or bottom to top?
Yeah.
Bottom to top, yeah.
Okay.
Or top, like however you want, like 3, 2 to 1.
Yeah. So, my number 3 is probably, it's all going to be a little biased here. Because I only watch basketball for one couple of reasons. And it was LeBron, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So my number 3 is the first one when they beat the OKC Thunder.
Okay.
That was a young Thunder team.
Mm-hmm.
KD, Harden, Westbrook, and they, it was a good little final series. LeBron gets his first one. So that's my number 3. My number 2, also staying on the LeBron train here, is the Miami Heat and Spurs. Ray Allen, corner 3.
Yeah.
Just absolutely iconic. Chris Bosh, gets the board, kicks it out. The bang, Mike Breen.
Bang!
Yeah, it was all just the momentum. The crowd was leaving. It was just a beautiful moment. But then, of course, my number 1.
Was that 2013?
The Spurs?
Yeah, which year was that?
2012 was the Thunder, and then 2013 was Spurs.
Was it Spurs?
Yeah. Because, they was in the finals for like 3 years together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, of course, my favorite all-time final series is 3-1 comeback. Mm-hmm. That's phenomenal. That Cavs team wheels back against the 73-9 Warriors. So I know those are all LeBron, but
beautiful.
That's the only finals that I watch, really.
Beautiful list.
Yeah, top tier.
Top tier.
I think you're 3 for 3.
It's hard to really go any different because during that time period, LeBron did go to 9 NBA finals,
even if you're not a LeBron fan, if you're our age,
pretty much from like middle school all the way until I graduated, like he was in the finals every year.
Yeah. I guess I'll go ahead and say mine next. So for my 3, I have the 2013 Heat, the one against the Spurs. It was either between that or the year before that. The only reason I picked this one over it is literally because I played with the team on 2K so much, and I still use them all the time. So that's just, they had Ray Allen.
No brainer.
Yeah. Bang, all that.
Dang.
My number 2. This kind of goes against, my favorite player, but I actually put the Mavs the year they beat LeBron. Just because Dirk.
Oh, yeah.
Just because Dirk.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could not be happy for Dirk, because he just, just always a good guy, fun to watch, fundamentals,
Played the game right.
Yep, he played the game right. And then my number 1, same as you, Steve, 3-1 Cavs.
Absolutely.
There's not many more exciting games than that Game 7 was. You can't.
No, the atmosphere,
going
even
into,
watching it from going into enemy territory.
Mm-hmm. Cleveland.
Yeah.
But I got 3-1 Cavs. Number 1, the best.
Number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and I did, like you had Dallas.
Yeah.
On there, I did have them at my number 3 spot last night, and I switched it. So they're on my honorable mention though.
Oh, okay.
I do think that might be the greatest playoff run ever.
Yeah.
Because they first round swept my Lakers the year after we won the finals. Swept Kobe, Dirk did. Yeah. Then he beat the OKC team. They was young, Harden, Westbrook, all them.
Got the Spurs.
Yeah, went through all them out west, and then beat Miami in the finals. I think.
Yeah.
And that Dallas team wasn't. It wasn't like what that Miami team was.
No, no, it wasn't like any team that they beat.
And like no Jason Kidd.
Yeah, they had, was
Jason
that when they had
Terry.
Sean Marion?
I think Sean Marion's on that team too.
Yeah, and like
Ron Butler maybe too.
Tyson Chandler was their center.
Tyson Chandler. Yeah, that's why I named my dog Tyson. I named him after Tyson Chandler, man. I did. It was fun to watch. I love his energy.
I didn't even know that. It's funny.
That's what Tyson was. He was just that energy.
Yeah, he was something. The protector of the water bottles.
That's right.
The protector.
But I do.
The whole.
As far as just the finals, though, I changed my mind. I took them off that, and I'll have it as an honorable mention.
Okay.
But my number 3 spot is that 2013, the Heat and Spurs. Mm-hmm. Game 7. It don't get much better than that.
Yep, exactly.
My number 2 is the 2016 Cavs when they defeat the Warriors.
Yep.
Game 7, 3-1 comeback.
Mm-hmm.
The chase down blog, that's iconic. Nobody's ever going to forget that.
No.
I remember watching that. I think we was at B-Dubs or something.
We were, yeah.
Dude, that was insane.
I just want
that place went wild.
Give a special shout out.
I know it's Buffalo Wild Wings, but it was wild.
I think was it Mike Breen? Is that who was the announcer for that game?
Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, dude, there's so many like iconic lines from that the Game 7. But I just wanted to give Mike Breen a shout out in case he's watching too.
Appreciate
with Stephen A. Smith.
Your work don't go unnoticed.
Yeah.
Not with us anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, my number 1. Y'all slept on my boy Kobe.
R.I.P.
Yeah. Lakers, man, beating Celtics 2010. Yeah. Game 7, baby. Mm-hmm. Against Boston.
I didn't even watch the NBA in 2010.
Yeah, well, that's when I
missed out.
Really loved the NBA. That's when I loved the NBA the most.
Yeah.
During those years, up until when the Heat played Spurs too.
Yeah.
That little era there. But yeah, that Lakers, man, beating the Celtics. That felt good. I was so happy because 2 years prior, we lost to Boston. And that was tough. Seeing Kobe go down like that, and Kobe loves the game so much, it killed at him. And luckily, we came back. We beat Magic the year after, and then that one to finally get Boston, get our revenge. It felt good, and that just meant more. And on top of that, it being Game 7.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Plus, just the big 3. We had beat Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen.
Yeah, it was a good team.
Big Baby Davis. Come on now.
Big Baby Davis, dude.
Jailbird.
How can you forget him?
Yeah, it's the Lakers, baby. 2010. It's my number one.
So I guess we'll stick to the championship theme here, but we're gonna flip to the NFL. So we'll just give our top 3 Super Bowls if we want to do it that way. And
yeah, we'll just do it the same way.
Yep. Okay. I'll go ahead and start out, I guess, this time. So for my number 3, I have the I think it was the 2016 Broncos Carolina. That was the year, I think.
Yeah.
That Denver team was probably the greatest offensive team ever, if not close to it. I mean, they were
Omaha.
Yeah, they Peyton Manning he was just breaking records out there that year, which is, it was kind of weird though, because he was kind of, I feel like he was, I don't guess he was past his prime because it was probably his best season, but
you think
that was definitely towards the back end of his career.
That was his last game.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
that was his,
yeah.
He retired.
Yeah. I guess I guess that's one way to do it.
Jared's like, yeah, I wouldn't say it was his prime, I would think.
It kind of, it was his best season probably, so it kind of is his prime, but then he just left afterwards.
he just gave it up.
Yeah. But, so that's my 3, just because I don't really have any, ties to either of those teams, but it was just a fun team to watch.
It was fun to watch, too, because I think I watched that with you.
I think did we?
Well, I think we was at your aunt's.
Is that the year that you were there? I remember because I used to go there every year.
Your aunt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think because she had that little indoor basketball thing, and we.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did, didn't
halftime.
we?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
Yeah. So that's my third. You know what? I'll move it up to 1 just because of that. No, I'm just kidding. We'll keep it at 3.
Wow.
It wasn't that fun.
It wasn't that fun. It was fun, but it wasn't real fun.
It's a defensive showdown.
Yeah. And then for my number 2, I have the next year, Patriots Falcons, 28-3. I believe that was the year. Was that 2017? Yeah. Dude. Sorry, Falcons fans. Sorry, Derek Thompson, if you're watching this, dude. But
yeah, hard to listen to this one.
Yeah, that's got to be. I couldn't even imagine. But that was. I feel like that's when everybody was like, okay, Tom Brady, can't really argue. He's the GOAT. You know. And I don't know. They had. He just always did it, and he never. He had good receivers, but he never had but he
made them great.
Yeah, he had Gronk, but that's the reason they were fun to watch, just because. And they were always good on defense, always. Bill Belichick, maybe one of the greatest.
One of the best coaches.
Yeah, definitely one of the greatest. But and then number 1 for me, it's bittersweet. They lost, but I can't not put the Bengals going to the Super Bowl. Just being there as my favorite. They did lose, but I even said it before the game. I was like, even if we do lose, at least it's to Matthew Stafford and not Tom Brady again. So that and it was a good game. I feel like that's the actual game was a little underrated.
We had a chance to win it.
Literally half a second.
That's
if
what
our lineman could have held.
We had a chance to win it. We was in the game.
Jamar Chase was wide open on that last play. He
Aaron Donald though. I knew
Jalen Ramsey. I knew it. Yeah, I knew it too, dude. As soon as
I knew if we got into that situation, he was going to win it every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with the Super Bowl on the line, he was going to take over.
Yeah. It's sad, but
take over. He did
that leading up to that game, dude. When I knew the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, that's probably the happiest I've been. Well, besides
my daughter was a mess too, dude. I was so nervous. I couldn't eat. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude, I made buffalo chicken dip. Didn't even touch it, dude.
Didn't even touch it, man.
I was the same way when the Cowboys.
Yeah. Maybe we'll see. All right, Steve, you want to give yours next?
Yeah. So this was actually hard.
Yeah. It was.
I'm a big football guy, and I'm straight NFL. That's my favorite all-time sport. Watching football, playing football, whatever. But picking favorite Super Bowls was a little more difficult than I thought it would be. Just, you got your team, and if your team's not in it, there's not a lot of thrill sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I went with the three games I picked. I went with the as most excitement as I could think, or a good storyline, I guess.
Yeah.
So I kind of followed you, Jared, on number 3. I went with that Denver and Carolina game. Yeah. Peyton's last Raw. Cam Newton MVP coming out. They were 15-1. That Super Bowl 50. There's a lot of hype there. They had 2 of the best defensive players at the time on that field: Luke Kuechly, Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware was on that Denver team also. So I put that there just as that.
That's when they had like Chris Harris Jr. right and
Talib. Yeah, and then Cam Newton had Ted Ginn Jr. and Greg Olsen was his guys. So he was. Yeah. Cam Newton was super Cam at that point. But I think they had a good
Super Bowl though.
Yeah, it was not. He didn't dive on that fumble.
Yeah,
but I put that there just for that just the excitement of watching that happen. Watching kind of Peyton Manning go out, one of the greats.
Yeah.
At my number 2, I went with Tampa Bay over Kansas City. That had it was a blowout, but it had a good feel to it. Tom Brady left New England. Everybody counted him out. He couldn't do it. He's going up against the guy that's supposed to replace him, Patrick Mahomes. Yep. The story. It was building and building and building itself. Patrick goes in and he can beat the GOAT. You know what I mean? If he don't, he loses, and that's always going to be on a blemish on his record. He lost to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl now, so
you can't do nothing about to change it.
Exactly. Yeah. Tom's gone. So
maybe Tom might come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
That's my number 2, just the story mode line, and then my number 1 is Seattle and New England.
Yeah, that was a good.
That's another story moment. Just a fun. Good sports game, you know what I mean, for a sports fan.
Yeah.
Those teams go back and forth. Yeah. Seahawks go down the field. That's when they had that little miracle run in the playoffs there. They beat Green Bay. I think that was when they beat them with the onside kick, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Got them with that crazy 2-point conversion. There's that hype. Then you got once more this old man Tom Brady. Yeah. This old man Tom Brady still lingering. And then they drive down the field. They get their crazy catch there. I think Jermaine Kearse is the guy that catches it at the 2.
Yeah.
And then they throw an interception.
We all know what happens from there.
Yeah. Oh, man. You got the best short yardage running back probably in history. And you don't give him the ball.
He had four chances, man.
You don't give him the ball Super Bowl on the line.
I think they had 3 timeouts or at least 2.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I get it. The whole stadium thinks you're giving the ball to Marshawn. You're probably thinking, wow, this playing over the middle's a 2-win. Mm-hmm. And then this Malcolm Butler guy comes out and just makes the play of his life.
Yeah, literally, because that is the.
If you was any other team, that would be an all right play.
Yeah.
That was the only play he's known for, dude. He got
paid
out.
Yeah, that's my. But it was definitely a hard little list here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was hard to do this.
Yeah. I agree. It was hard because, like you said, a lot of Super Bowls. There's some Super Bowls that I honestly just forget.
Yeah,
because they just wasn't that good.
Yeah.
And honestly, like Steve, for the first 2 anyway, they was blowouts. So I was trying to not get blowouts. I was trying to think of Super Bowls that was actually a good game, close.
Yeah.
And that I actually enjoyed watching personally. So number 3 probably I got it between the time 2018 when the Eagles defeated the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
That Philly special.
Yeah. I just hate Philly, so I didn't put them.
But I don't think I'm gonna put that there. I think I'm gonna put when the Patriots came back and beat Atlanta, that big comeback.
Yeah,
because that's just unreal.
Phenomenal to watch.
I remember watching it. Yeah, I even said right there, but I was talking to Luis. He's texting me crying, just saying, "Man, it's over," like this and that. And I just listen, it's not over, buddy. You got a second half, and Tom Brady's your quarterback. You don't count out Tom.
Yeah.
And I literally said that to him. And look there. He came back. But you just never count them out. It's just like Alabama when Saban was there.
Yeah.
You don't count them out. Don't bet against them. So, I got them number 3, but that Eagles and Patriots game too, though. That was a very good game.
Yeah.
But yeah, just what Brady did and what the Patriots did that year, that comeback, it's hard to overlook that.
Mm-hmm.
At number 2, though, I got the 2009 Super Bowl when the Steelers sadly defeated the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
To 23. Yeah. I hated that. I was a big Arizona fan that year.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald, Kurt Warner, man.
Yeah.
I was hoping so bad they could pull that off beating Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I thought it was out of bounds, that catch by San Antonio Holmes. But
yeah,
after years and years of rewatching it, it was in. It was in. I guess they made the right call.
Yeah.
Man, that was a fun game, man. I thought they had it won when Larry Fitzgerald got that go-ahead touchdown at first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, he sprinted out of that.
Yeah.
I mean, he kicked into another gear right there.
Yeah, he did.
He got it, broke through the middle of the field there. But, yeah, I got that. Number 2, Pittsburgh. Number 1, though, I got to agree with Steve, is the Seahawks Patriots game.
Yeah.
That's just, I'll never forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Forget watching that. Y'all, everybody, I think, would expect the ball going to Marshawn. And
yeah.
I
wonder why, dude. It's almost like it would have worked if they did that.
And I just like that. And I'm a big Pete Carroll fan. He's coached USC.
It's like, what
so
are you doing, man?
I was kind of rooting for them, and I didn't like Tom Brady, so
Yeah.
I was definitely rooting for Seahawks. But just,
It's
oh my gosh,
that's like the biggest. Like, what are you doing?
Big
Ever.
blunder, yeah.
Not even with just sports, like in the history of the world.
That's going to be
like,
a
what
ball
are you doing?
sports, like for history, like maybe the craziest play ever.
Yeah.
And Pete Carroll's going to never be able to live that down, I don't think.
So I got a list pulled up of like all the Super Bowls. So nobody's going to show love to Super Bowl 15 with Jim Plunkett leading the Raiders. I mean, I feel like that was a pretty good game. He had
I missed that one. I had the cold that day. I slept right through it.
I mean, he had 261 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, come on. We got to give some love to Jim Plunkett. Shout out Jim Plunkett if you're watching this.
Shout out.
Or the Plunkett family. May he rest in peace if he's not with us, then I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that. I mean, Super Bowl 15, what was that? What Super Bowl are we on right now?
50? 7 days ago.
7 days ago. All right. So for our last question here, that I think James recommended like top 10 fantasy players. James, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to do it by position. We're going to try to fit in one position group every episode. We're going to start off with the quarterbacks. So we got our top 5 fantasy quarterbacks for this upcoming season. Just fantasy, not the best just quarterback. Fantasy. Just fantasy, top 5 fantasy quarterbacks.
Are we like actually doing a top 5, or are we just doing?
I did a top 5,
or 5 in general.
I done a top 5, like in order.
Okay.
That we think will be a top 5 fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I did.
So I'll just run them out here. We can just probably make it a little quicker here. With my number 5, I went with Dak Prescott, coming off the best statistical year of his career. Okay. I think CD Lamb's hitting his best stride also. I think just with that connection alone, it's going to give Dak a lot of high upside. It gave him a lot of upside last year. Had a lot of big games, a lot of 400-yard, 4-touchdown games. And then Dak's a big guy. He can move. And he added a lot to his rushing this past season. The short yardage, getting in the end zone on that side of it. So I put him at my number 5. With my number 4, I went a little crazy here. I put Jaden Daniels at number 4. I like the guy. I think he's real Lamar Jackson-like.
He's high on him, Jared. He's high on him. Golly.
I put him at number 4, man. I think he's a little Lamar-like. Real fast, real shifty.
I doubt he's watching this right now. You don't have to be so nice to him, dude. I don't think he's watching. He ain't going to get mad.
But I did throw him right on there, man. Just because I think he's going to be able to run a lot, and then as a fantasy quarterback, you kind of want a quarterback that can do both. So I think he's got a good upside there.
I don't.
At number 3, I went.
I don't think he's going to have much of a choice to run behind that line. So,
hey, it don't matter. He's going to be a baller. Don't worry. Rookie of the year. Anyway, number 3, I went with Lamar. He won MVP somehow last year. I don't know how that happened.
It was just a down year.
But I think as the quarterback, it was a down year. I think it's hard not to take him as a fantasy quarterback, man, because if he can get rolling on the ground too, he's unstoppable. And he can tear you up. Mark Andrews, all them, Zay Flowers. So he's got the weapons there. Number 2, I went with Josh Allen.
Okay.
For the same reason. Big guy, can run around, throw the ball over the field. He'll get you a lot of negative points with those interceptions that he's guaranteed to throw 4 or 5 a game. But sorry, Brian Campbell, if you listen ever. But he's definitely going to get you there. I know his receiving core is a little down, but I think Josh is going to make the most of what he can. He's just a fighter, man. He's a survivor out there. At number 1, I went with Mahomes. I know he's not he is the best quarterback in the league, but fantasy-wise, he's still good. He's going to average probably at least 2 touchdowns a game, maybe more. He can throw it all over the field, get it anywhere, the deep ball. And then he's also got a running upside every now and then. He can kind of get loose and get you 15, 20 yards. So he kind of keeps you going. But, yeah, just his scoring alone, I think, could make him a top fantasy quarterback this year.
Yep. Okay. Solid list. Mark, you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Yeah, my number 5. I got Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, okay. I think if he stays healthy, I think a lot of the pieces that they've got around on that team, I think he could be a top 5 fantasy quarterback. Because fantasy, you're talking about just point wise and stuff. We ain't talking about is he better than so and so.
Yeah. And another thing with him is their defense is going to give them the ball back. I mean, they're going to have a lot of possessions. So
I think he could be up there at one of the top ones in fantasy if he can play.
Yeah.
But number 4, I got Dak.
Okay.
Like Steve saying, last year he was unreal, and I think he's going to carry that over this year.
Yeah. Especially
having CD. He's got the weapons, and Dak's talented. He is. So I think he rack up the points.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, I got Lamar Jackson. Okay. Just his legs, man.
Yeah,
he get a lot of points like that.
Yeah.
Freaking! I literally lost, I think, the championship last year because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
I think he literally had like 58 points.
Yeah.
Paco beat me. Yeah, it was unreal, and I had like the best fantasy year of my life.
Yeah, I think I was the only one that beat you in the regular season, which is weird because I was like
1.
Yeah, because I was like 8-5 or whatever.
Paco got gifted the biggest trade in fantasy football history because somebody in that league didn't understand the concept of not giving Paco the top 2 receivers in the league. He had Lamb and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
He got traded Tyreek Hill, or he got CeeDee Lamb at like week 5.
Yeah, we'll have to vote on trades this year.
I was like that.
Yeah.
Veto them and stuff.
Yeah.
What am I on? Number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, number 2. I think I got Mahomes. Got Pat Mahomes. I think he's the best quarterback in the league, but this again, like fantasy, and I'm trying to go back off of this past year. There's been a lot of games that he had some duds.
Yeah.
In fantasy.
Yeah. That's.
But I think he's still going to be up there with one of the best quarterbacks to draft if you're playing fantasy. I got him at number 2. My number 1, I'm going with Jalen Hurts.
Ooh.
Oh. Okay. Push guy.
I had him last year on one of my work league, and one of the league, I can't remember which league it was, but I had him, and he was amazing. Like Lamar too. He does it on his feet.
Yeah.
A lot, and they like to run, So there's a lot of times he can get that QB sneak for a touchdown or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he puts up the points, man.
Yeah.
Got him number one. What about you, Jared?
Dude, this is why fantasy is so fun, because I feel like all of our lists are so different. Yeah.
You never know, man.
I know. Yeah. That's the other thing. Like, one of us could say something, like with Daniels, and we're like, dude, what are you talking about? But none of us know. I mean, there's no way to.
No, I know. That's why I said it.
Dude, Drake May could come out and be like top 3 for all we know.
Yeah, he's going to be at least 4.
I would say Drake May could if he had some wide receivers.
Yeah. That was probably a bad example.
I think he's going to do well just on his feet, but because he's going to have to.
Okay, well, I'm doing an audible. I'm doing an audible right here to. So at my 5, I had C.J. Stroud, but to keep the Cardinals hype train from the other episode, I'm gonna go Kyler Murray. I'm putting Kyler Murray at my 5. Kyler Murray at my 5. Okay.
Yeah. He's not watching either, Jared.
No, he will be. He will be.
Aiden Daniels.
And then I mean, Kyler Murray. I think people, because he's been injured the last couple of years, and the Cardinals have just not been good because they haven't had anybody besides Kyler Murray, basically. Yeah. And the whole coaching thing with Cliff Kingsbury, that was a mess. But I mean, we talk about like Lamar and all their like dual threat abilities. I mean, Kyler Murray's,
before he got hurt, he had a good season. He was like that.
And then there was that play, I think it was just last year, where he like ran in the backfield for like, it was on the last play of overtime or something against the Raiders, I think.
Yeah.
And he ran around in the backfield for like 30 seconds, and then he just finally like threw it. Yeah. I mean, that was a crazy play. But yeah, which with him, it's a big health thing, He's so small. Yeah. He runs like a baby, but I mean, he runs. He can run. It might look weird, but it gets the job done. Number 4, I got Josh Allen there. Like Steve said, it's he's going to get you points, but he's also going to take them away. So, I mean, it kind of, but he gets way more than he will lose. I guess.
His rushing upside takes away from his INT.
And then number 3, okay. Now, Jaden Daniels is crazy, okay, but I feel like you all are forgetting Anthony Richardson. He was doing really good last year before he got hurt.
He was.
And I feel like he is, like, when he's healthy, he could be like Daniels. Up there. No, he's like Lamar. Jaden Daniels. How's he? He's like the younger guy. No, I like the Colts offense too. Just the way they have it set up.
That's some good pieces in there.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they're very. I mean, they could win that division. I mean, the Colts, Jags,
Titans,
and
Texans.
Yeah, I mean that. I feel like that's. I mean, the Texans are going to be
division's starting to slowly get better, though.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like the Colts are kind of under the radar, just sneaky good, So I got Anthony Richardson at 3. My number 2, it's MVP season, baby. Joe Burrow, number 2.
I like it.
I like it right now. I
like it. I just couldn't put him on there because he didn't do well for me last year. I drafted him.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't put him on there this year.
Holding a grudge. You're holding a grudge, huh?
I like it.
Against your favorite player.
I hope he does. Hope he goes off.
Yeah. Hope he goes off. I mean, he was, before he got hurt last year, he was moving pretty good on the ground too. I mean, he's like up there. I would say he's on like a Mahomes level on the ground. Like he's not, he's not going to run all over the field, but he can.
No.
I mean, if he needs to escape, if he needs to escape and then roll out for a first down or something, it's like 3rd and 5.
He's more mobile than what he looks.
Yeah, and I mean he's so good at like breaking tackles or sacks. I mean,
yeah,
and he just sneaks out of him, and then he picks up, 6, 7
Kind of
yards
has to, though, because of the line.
Yeah, well, yeah. Hopefully that changes this year.
That's terrible. Oh,
but number one, even though I think Burrow's going to win MVP, I think Lamar Jackson is just set up for fantasy.
Fantasy king.
Yeah, I mean, it would literally surprise nobody if he was one every year. I mean, that's just, and so I just put him one.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could get injured and he could be, last. But I feel like I think he's got one. But yeah, that's my list.
Pretty good list.
So
pretty good list, Jared.
So keep an eye on for Kyler Murray and Anthony Richardson this season in fantasy. Make a video about that. 2 sneaky top 5 quarterbacks this upcoming season.
I'll go ahead and put Jaden Daniels in your top 5 is what I made a terrible list so people wouldn't, people I play fantasy football with would think that maybe I knew what I was on to.
There you go.
Yep.
Somebody else going to take you people.
This is all a smoke screen.
Levi takes all my advice in fantasy football, so he'll have Jaden Daniels QB1. I'm going to tell him Deuce Vaughn's going to be wide receiver 1. You won't even know why. He's a running back. You ain't got a clue.
Yeah. But all right, we're coming up on an hour here. We're at 56 minutes, so I think that was a pretty fun. That one was more just fun little topics, kind of.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Appreciate the recommendations there, James.
Yep. And everybody else, leave us some comments.
Keep
we'll
dropping.
get them in there. If we get if we get a
down
bunch, we'll just move on quicker. We'll go through the topics a little quicker if we got to. But
Promise next time I'll have a better setup where I can join my friends here on Facecam, not just to.
Are you and Steve doing the trivia this round, or gonna hang off where you can't see him, or?
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to do it with his.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's show our face cams, but me and Steve might find some time this week, and we'll make a trivia.
Do like a little bit. Yeah,
and
we'll do that.
Post it on there separate.
We all heard that there. Y'all stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm. Post it on YouTube, probably a little bit on TikTok, little clips.
Little YouTube short.
Yep. Yeah. And we're on Spotify now. Probably should have said something about that at the beginning, but we are on Spotify.
On Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all drive in the car a lot, just hook us up there on the car, man.
Try and figure out how to do Apple Music too, if I can do that, or Apple Podcast, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Yeah, we need Apple Podcast too, man. All platforms.
Yep.
Also,
we are on Spotify.
Also, here pretty soon we're gonna have our first guest. So y'all stay tuned for that. He was a basketball phenomenon in his day.
Yep.
He was a nation leading scorer. Yeah.
Nation
leading scorer at one point in his high school career. We won't say what year yet. Don't want to give nothing away to nobody.
Yep.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll get him in here. Let him ramble like Shannon Sharp or something.
See if he knows ball.
Y'all might remember him.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I believe that's going to be it, guys, for episode number 3.
Yep.
We appreciate all the support, and James, he's leaving the comments. Everybody leaving comments. We appreciate it. Keep doing it. Keep giving us some recommendations, and we'll try to get on it.
Yep.
If y'all care, just leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave us a rating if you're on Spotify. Anything helps, man.
All that good stuff. Yep.
We appreciate it, guys.
Everybody.